Are You Sure Season 2 with Jimin and Jungkook was recently released, and today we're gonna talk about some fun moments and interesting things that stood out from episode 1.
And if we have any familia that would like to watch alongside with us, we have it open for everyone and we'll leave a link down below.
First of all, I just genuinely loved episode 1 so much. It's so fun traveling with Jimin and Jungkook. The last time we traveled with them was for Are You Sure Season 1, and that was a completely different time, familia. That was literally right before they were about to enter the military, so the vibes were completely different.
This time around, they literally filmed this on June 15th, just 4 days after they were released from the military.
I found it so hilarious how that was literally the first scene of episode 1. We were just outside Jimin's door with that beautiful chime.
Ding dong! 시킨 밥이 왔다.
It was so funny to see Jimin get kidnapped because he was literally in bed in his natural habitat. He literally collapsed to the ground and it took him some time to collect himself. He looked so disoriented that he even had to ask Jungkook if it was him.
Jimin did mention that he thought Jungkook was a monster. I mean, we did literally just barge into his house. And then they kind of did a flashback to a few hours ago where they kidnapped Jungkook from the clinic. It was so abrupt, familia, that Jungkook didn't even have time to go home and pack. We just went straight to Jimin's house to kidnap him.
As soon as JK was picked up, we all know that JK is very curious, so he immediately started asking questions like, where are we traveling to? Will it be cold or hot? And how far away is it? But the production team did not budge. They did not tell him a thing.
Now they understand what Jin was going through in Runjin.
For season 2, there's already new challenges that they added to the series. For example, they don't know where they're traveling to, and there's an allowance, which takes us back to BTS Bon Voyage days.
It low-key has a twist because unlike Bon Voyage, we have to play games and do missions to earn an allowance. So while this is an awesome travel show, it has some variety show vibes.
Their allowance and their sleeping time is given to them through fun games. And if you know Jimin and JK, they love sleeping in.
Low-key, Jimin's sleep schedule was so funny because we kidnapped him at 5 p.m. and he was still asleep. But if you learn what time he went to bed, you'll understand. He went to bed at 8 or 9 a.m. Damn! So it's safe to know that Jimin reverted back to his old sleeping schedule. And the games that they played were so much fun. They played games like the flag game, which Jimin was amazing at, by the way.
In the flag game, JK low-key broke my heart. As a Mexican, Mexico can't wait to see you.
I'm sure Filipino armies also feel your pain.
But on the other hand, he was amazing at guessing BTS MVs.
But my personal favorite was the person quiz, where they had to guess the celebrities quickly after being shown a picture. We learned he didn't get that much better at the person quiz, especially after that viral mess up on Game Caterer's Extra on BTS. Sorry, Sonny. Hope you're doing well in LA.
I'm sorry!
That game is harsh. It's a game that has so much pressure, and on top of that, they had a time limit.
Like half a second.
It was so funny when Jimin got Park Bo-gum, who we are familiar with, thanks to When Life Gives You Tangerines.
I thought that was Guan Shik.
Sadly, Jimin did not guess his name fast enough, and this was his reaction.
When we saw that reaction on the teaser, we were so curious what caused Jimin to do that. So it's funny to know that it was Park Bo-gum that made Jimin do that. I guess Bo-gum just has the ability to make us all very emotional. He definitely made us very emotional in When Life Gives You Tangerines.
On top of Park Bo-gum, he didn't get Wonwoo and Mingyu correct, or just not on time, and JK's stares were pretty funny. He was like,
JK was just whispering it in Jimin's ear. The amount of death glares that Jimin and Jungkook were giving each other in this first episode was so funny, familia.
I thought it was funny the amount of hits that I saw in this episode. They definitely have a brotherly relationship.
I feel like we're getting a small glimpse of their relationship as they were in the military together.
Even the way that they're sleeping right next to each other in beds, that looks like military life.
It's shocking because Jimin also didn't get his big bro Lee Hyun.
JK said something funny about his picture.
But hey, at least Jimin got this one.
While they were playing that game, there was a very strict time limit, and the producer was being very strict about it, and it was so funny that JK was like, Jimin, say something. He looked over to Big Bro to defend him.
But one of our favorite moments that had us cracking up was watching Jimin and Jungkook pack.
There was also a time limit to that.
But the funny thing is, after they were forced to pack so quickly, they had to repack and they were forced to put all their luggage into a smaller luggage.
So the first time they packed, they brought their normal size check-in bag. But apparently the trend of the series is minimalism packing. So they made them repack into a smaller carry-on bag.
I guess Jimin's theme was minimalism. Jungkook's was minimalism. And boy, that boy had many things. It was hilarious seeing Jungkook going crazy because he brought so many clothes, shoes, products, and other equipment.
All black.
Jungkook was losing it in front of our very eyes. I've never seen Jungkook so stressed.
He even packed like this huge charging converter that he was unfortunately not able to bring.
It would have came in clutch though because it seems like they needed it in Switzerland.
While minimalism was really hard for JK, it came so easy to Jimin. He had so much remaining room left in his luggage and an empty bag. This was Jimin's bag, and this was Jungkook's bag.
Jimin actually had so much extra space that Jungkook put some of his stuff in Jimin's luggage. Thank you, Jimin. I feel like I learned so much about Jimin and Jungkook while packing because for some reason I assumed for Jimin to pack a lot while Jungkook being more of the minimalist simple one. But I was corrected. It didn't faze Jimin at all while Jungkook was having a meltdown.
It was also quite wholesome how much J-Hope was mentioned in the first episode. There was a part where they actually called him and told him that they were going to Switzerland, and JK was like, "Don't go telling people." And then J-Hope started teasing him, saying that he was gonna post it on Instagram and tell armies.
Their interaction was just so funny. I felt like that was like a phone call that they would have in private, and we had the luxury of hearing in on it. And J-Hope gave such big bro vibes because he was literally just like scolding Jungkook and Jimin, and it was hilarious and savage.
J-Hope commented on how upbeat they both were since they weren't in the military anymore, and Jimin replied, "Yes, I'm happy." And J-Hope was so quick to say, "Jimin, don't get comfortable."
Damn, we can't have a week of happiness.
That literally cracked us up. And then also JK mentioned to J-Hope that he was gonna start practicing popping, and J-Hope said, "What, for a week?" J-Hope's making his magnet sharp.
I guess he's prepping them for the intensity that's about to come with their comeback. J-Hope is just built different. There is like no complacency in that man's blood. While J-Hope can be our sunshine, he can also be a little intimidating and scary. Dance leader mode was turned on, I guess.
Yeah, duality.
Plus, there was just so many little fun moments like Jungkook literally drinking like 5 banana oat milks while Jimin having only 1.
He drank like 5 in 5 minutes.
And then took some to go.
It was funny because Jimin said, "You know, these are supposed to replace meals." And JK was like, "I'm still hungry." Plus, their first day waking up in Switzerland, the production team tried to be funny and woke them up with like some military horns.
That brought me trauma, and I didn't even go to the military.
And Jimin's response to the producer was, "Do you have a death wish?"
They even shared this story how there's like this big drill in the military where you have to like go to the mountains where you have no sleep, no shower, and no bathroom. And apparently Jimin was showering in the river after 5 days of no showering. Honestly, hearing those struggle stories made us so happy that they're done with the military and never have to go back. Hearing that made American hustle life seem glamorous.
Since this was filmed right after their release, we're getting to see like their fresh perspective of being free after a year and a half. They honestly look so happy and so grateful to be out and free and doing whatever the heck they want to do.
With an allowance. Season 1 of Are You Sure? The vibes were kind of sad because we were kind of like counting down the days before they entered the military for a year and a half. But season 2 has like such freedom vibes. Like they look so happy and we're so happy watching them be so happy. We're literally witnessing Jungkook and Jimin readjust back to the idol life after living such a disciplined, humble life in the military.
It's very interesting seeing their fresh perspective after military and being able to travel, because during this time as armies, we were so curious how they were feeling, what they were doing, and now we have a whole series to see that and catch up.
We couldn't mention all of our favorite moments from episode 1 because there are so many to choose from. Please comment down below what was your favorite moments or moments that stood out to you from episode 1.
It seems like they have a very exciting outdoors day coming on episode 2, and we cannot wait to watch it with Familia.
But if any Familia would like to watch episode 1 with us, we have it available for everyone, and we'll leave a link down below for anyone interested.